to another video, the T on NPD and relationships. So, of course, before we get started, I want to invite you to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and come follow me as we discover our destinies. To my new subscribers and new followers, welcome. To my tribe and my family at large, welcome back. Thank you for visiting my media resource and finding value in something that I have to say. I appreciate your time. And if you like the content that I am bringing to you, why don't we let the YouTube community know? By simply hitting that like button, it gives our tribe and our family here the greatest opportunity to grow. In this video, we are going to be discussing that dreadful narcissistic rage. This is a very sensitive topic, and serious. Yet it's important to discuss. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into that narcissistic rage when that whole clown acts a clown. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I'm sure when you were in the relationship with the narcissist, you found some moments in that relationship where that narcissist was just not present and accountable in the area of being rational, or rationality, I should say. So rage typically happens, the narcissistic rage typically happens when you injure the narcissist, okay? So when the narcissist has received a narcissistic injury, and believe me, they receive them constantly because they are highly sensitive individuals, clowns, they receive them constantly, okay? So this is when you will see that narcissistic rage show up. You might ask me, well, how do I know that they're in narcissistic rage in that mode? I'm going to help you with that, okay? So whenever you're fact-checking a narcissist, you can see the rage. A lot of times they will start raging then. Whenever you have caught them in a lie and you call them out on that lie, you'll see them start to rage then, okay? Whenever you are having a conversation and you're not agreeing with their point, or you're just simply telling them, okay, well, I don't agree with that, and that's not how that happened. Or basically you just told them, well, you have your opinion and I have mine. A lot of times you will see them rage then. What does the narcissistic rage look like? Well, let's talk about that too. When they are in a rage, a full-blown rage, a lot of times you don't even see a soul behind the eyes that you are looking into. These people are standing before you and it looks like the light is on, but no one is home behind those eyes. Yes, I said it. No one is home behind the eyes. These whole clowns will cut a whole clown with you, okay? And when they go into this narcissistic rage, it can be very dangerous, because they are literally out of control. They are out of control, and and a lot of times what they do is they want to exact that rage on you to bring you back into control. Because if they're going into a full-blown narcissistic rage, it's probably because you have literally, you've given them a narcissistic injury, and it's usually because you've caught them in a lie. I know that's that's what happened in the situation when I experienced that narcissistic rage. Now, there is a graduation process to work up to the rage. They don't typically go full blown into the rage right then and there. It just depends on the situation. Usually when you catch them in a lie, or you catch them gaslighting and you just refuse to believe what they're saying, when they're gaslighting you, they're going to try to push back. They're going to try to project. Okay? Oh, no, that's not me. That's you. You're the one doing this. Everything that they are doing, they're going to put it back on you. Okay? Now, if you are the one, if they can't get you that way, they're going to try to escalate with the gaslighting. They're going to tell you more insidious lies in that moment. Another form of gaslighting. Yes, they're lying, but they're going to try to escalate the gaslighting even more. If that doesn't work, then, if they can't gaslight you to the point of submission, if they can't project onto you to the point of submission, then there is really no other place for them to go except into that full narcissistic rage to stop that onslaught that you are giving to them with that narcissistic injury of not believing what they have to say. They are going to go into that rage, and baby, let me tell you, it is coming hard and it is coming fast. It's coming hard and fast. When these clowns go into a narcissistic rage, it is like a freight train coming down the tracks with no brakes on. Okay, now it is not like the super empath freight train because we're destroying everything. The narcissist will try to destroy everything in the path with that narcissistic rage. But see, here's the thing. You're really only going to deal with that type of rage in that particular space of them just going completely off the Richter with the lower to mid-range narcissists. The cerebrals will rage, but they kind of rage in a different way. Okay, they will rage, but it's a little bit different. That the manifestation, if you will, of their rage is going to be just slightly different. But that lower to mid-range narcissist can become very violent in their narcissistic rage. Now, when I experienced the narcissistic rage, let me tell you, this clown came through that place like a drum major, waking up everybody that was asleep in the home, okay? Because he gaslit me and tried to tell me that I didn't see something that I know I saw, and I was not backing down because I had had enough, okay? I knew at that moment that I was indeed with a whole clown, okay? And when I would not back down to that thing, oh, he went into a full narcissistic rage. I mean, he woke up everything that was in that house. And if it was some crickets underneath that bad boy, honey, they was up too. Yes, this is what they do. It is a very, very dangerous place to be in with a narcissist when they are in that full-blown narcissistic rage. They are going to, without a doubt, try to shut you down because they have to stop that onslaught of that narcissistic injury, because this is a serious bruise to their ego. Okay, and with a narcissist, that ego is the most important thing that they have going on. But let me tell you, this is very serious, but it is how the clown gets down when you refuse to believe their lies, their games, and their tactics, you are going to give them a narcissistic injury, and the way that they are going to show you that they do not like what you have said, and the fact that you don't want to believe any more of their lies, and insidious ones at that, the gaslighting, the projection, and all of the manipulation and the games is, honey, they are going to manifest that rage, baby, and they are coming with it. So this is what I would advise you to do. Strategy. Whenever you know that you have caught that narcissist in a lie, or when you think back on it, and when you caught that narcissist in a lie, I'm sure most of you that are watching this video, if you were dealing with a lower to mid-range narcissist, I'm sure you probably can bear witness and you can testify to what I am saying. They start screaming and shouting to the top of their lungs. If they're not physical with you, they are going to scream and shout at the top of their lungs, talking over you, doing all of that. It's like a grown child throwing a complete temper tantrum in the middle of a store someplace. I mean, they want all of the attention on them. Okay? I mean, these people go into, and their eyes, when they are in full-blown rage mode, you look into their eyes and it's like it's no one there. It is like the eyes go completely black. You talk about looking in the face of a demon. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it's like. It is like looking into the face of an absolute empty shell of a person that is in robot destructive mode. This is what happens when you refuse to believe the lies, the games, the tactics, and you have had enough, and you start to let them know that I am not going for that. I'm not taking that anymore. Baby, they are going to go into that rage, and watch this. Honey, they are going to be shouting and screaming at the top of their lungs, honey. They are waking up everybody in the path. And honey, if it's some trees out, if it's some birds out there in the trees, honey, they are waking them up too. Listen, honey, this is not, I want you to know, tribe, baby, listen to me. This is not something that you ever want to play with. And I'm so serious about it, because people have literally lost their lives behind some mess like this, or been placed in a serious, or been harmed seriously, physically. I'm serious. So this is not something that you want to play with. And I'm sure if it's something that you have witnessed, you never, ever want to see anything like this again. But just know, when you catch that narcissist in a lie, you call them out on that gaslighting, and for sure, this is one of the reasons why we tell you, if you see them doing their games, lies, and BS, and you have just about had enough. Because see, when you have had enough, you're gonna start telling that narcissist in such a way, especially if you're an empath or a super empath, baby, you are going in, and you are not caring about what that narcissist thinks or what they feel at that moment. It's like two superpowers colliding. But the only thing is that you have to be very, very careful, because you can pull back for a minute. If you're a super empath and you haven't gone supernova, and you are just at the brink of, you're just telling this narcissist what you want them to know, you are still in a place where you can exercise some control. However, that narcissist may be in a place where they cannot exercise that control, because once they've gone into full narcissistic rage mode, they are not in control anymore. So my strategy and what I'm going to say to you about this narcissistic rage and how it happens, and when you cause that injury like that, first of all, if you're going to tell them something and call them on their BS, try to do it in a place where you can be away from them. Okay, especially if you know you're dealing with an absolute whole clown. You want to be somewhere away from them, or better yet, the best thing to do, my best strategy, is just walk away, honey. Take your toys and you go home. That's the best thing. And you just never revisit that again, because you already know what it is. You already know what it is. So I've not covered this particular subject on my channel, but I wanted to make sure that I talked about this narcissistic rage. You know, the holidays are coming. This is, and I know we're early, but honey, in the next 90 days, we're going to be right, actually, within the next less than 50 days, I think it is, we are going to be right in the smack middle of the holidays, or start of the holiday season. So, and it is a season where a lot of people are just not happy, okay? So you don't have to do a whole lot to get that clown to act in a clown, okay? So I wanted to make sure that I covered that, and I wanted to make sure that I gave you strategy. If you just have to call them on their BS, make sure, or whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it, if you got to call them on their mess, and some say BS, okay? If you just got to call them on it, do it away from them. Send them a text message, okay? If you just have to do it, and look, and never return, but be prepared to get out of there. Be prepared to get yourself to a safe place and to get out of there and get away from that clown, because let me tell you something, it's going down. When that narcissistic injury comes on, and they know that that's what you're doing, and at that point they're feeling that right there, it's not going to be pretty. Okay? So I want you to be safe. And with the holidays coming up soon, I want to be responsible in making sure that I give my tribe the information on this here narcissistic rage, especially when people are not in the best mood at these times of the year. I want to be found being responsible to you all and giving you my very, very best. All right? So, all right, y'all, until the next video, you all be blessed and highly favored. And the weekend is coming. I want you all to be safe. Make sure you are wearing your PPE, and make sure, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all? So until the next video, you all, ciao.